Good morning and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. I'm David Steele and here's my truck. This is Red Thunder. We are in the middle of nowhere. In fact, where are we? Let's take a look. In the middle of nowhere. Okay. Okay. So, Utah? Yeah. So we're southeast Utah and we are heading into Arizona. We've got an interesting ride today. Well, say interesting. A bit of a hilly, twisty route. I don't know whether you'll be with me for the full 550 miles. Let's go ahead and start the engine. We are running the stock engine sounds today. We've got Z-Mod's Kenworth truck sounds. Go ahead and turn the lights on, jump in the cabin. So, what's under the hood today? We're running a Caterpillar engine today. It's actually the Cat 3406A from the Steel Productions engine pack. I'm going to go ahead and just bob one out of here. It's 11:30 at night. Okay. So yeah, so we're running the 3406A. This is the 280 economy version of the engine. Now that means it's 280 horsepower rated. Can I get out that way? Yes, I think I can. It looks like it's going to pull it in second gear. Okay. So it's only 280 horsepower. Its torque is 994 pounds. So that's really not a lot of torque whatsoever. Certainly in the context of modern trucks. Wow, I am really struggling with my controls right now. Okay, let's try that. It's like we're quiet here. Okay, we're using a 10-speed manual today. Now, I tuned this engine and it does okay with the automated shifting, but when it's lightly laden, it really struggles in the first to second to third shift points. It goes first to third and then whipsaws right down to second and then goes right down to first, and it's just a mess. So that's only when I'm using the extra shorter gearing. Yes, I'm using a pretty short gearing setup today. It's a 10-speed with a 4.88 final drive. So here we see we're doing 1200 revs in 8th gear and 22 miles an hour. We'll let the speed build up a little bit. It's late at night and I don't think we're holding anyone else up. So I hope not. Right, the speed limit's gone to 55. Let's give it a bit more of the go pedal. The Caterpillar is it's a 14.6 litre engine. It's not particularly highly tuned in this guise. It does have a decent amount of its torque produced low down, and that's always useful. But it still needs a few revs. Yeah, there is someone behind me now. Okay, let's give it a bit more accelerator pedal pressure. So yeah, it is short in the gearing department, but it needs to be because we just don't have that much power. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to slow down for this second corner. We're not holding a particularly heavy cargo today. So some engine brake, a bit of service brake, shift down again to 8th. That's giving me lots of revs, but we need it for the power on the other side. And actually by lots of revs, it's not that much. This engine has I think it's an 1800 RPM governor, which means you don't exactly have that much flexibility from the power plant. You need 1200 revs on the tacho before it'll really perform. Caterpillar state 1200 RPM is the minimum operating engine speed. So just tap a zoom on the cruise, see if we can get it back up to 55. Was kind of wasted because one has to do 40. Actually 35 recommended through this corner. Yeah, I guess I was pushing it kind of hard through that bend. You can hear everything in the cabin moving around. So here the revs are dropping to sort of 1150. I'm not going to downshift because I think, yeah, I've crested the hill, but it really starts to struggle. And then you go downshift, at least one, sometimes two. Alright, so recommended speed is 25 here. Let's go ahead and use a bit of engine brake. No, let's not. This might be a residential area. Yes, it is. That guy owns a Prius, so he's probably used to people disturbing his peace and quiet, but still. Looks like there's a construction site to our left. And a pretty steep hill. I'm going to keep it in 8th gear. I'm at full power now. And we're bleeding a little bit of speed. Holding on to 20. Okay, I was going to say I'm holding on to 29, but it's just dropped. Yeah, we may have to downshift. See if we can keep it going. So we are not hauling particularly heavy cargo. It's only 16,500 pounds. I think it's a backhoe. And that's the governor at 1900 RPM. It looks like. Let's force the shift up. Okay. All right. Back at full power, and it's actually climbing the hill now. So let's put the cruise back onto 55. Let's shift it up. Let's just double check the cargo. Yes, it's a backhoe loader, 16,500 pounds, and we have until pretty much noon today to get this to its destination. 500 miles of travel ahead of us, and it's saying it's going to take us 9 hours, or just under 9 hours, and we've got 12 hours. So all being well, we've got plenty of time to do this trip. But as well as short gearing, and as well as my driving into the rocks, the side of the road, and as well as not having that much power, downshift, see how much, potentially go down to 8th, I think. We have another issue, and that is my top speed is not even 65. It's reaching the governor at, I believe, 63 or 64. Changing them so soon. What's going to help is we're driving at night, so there's less traffic to get in the way, and that is welcome. Get back on the power, I think. I'm abusing the cruise control. I'm not really using it to its full potential. Okay, we're in Arizona, and it's going to be hilly, so and twisty this next section, which means I'm going to struggle to keep my progress going. Every time I'm going to ease off for a corner, check the calendar to see when I'm going to reach my cruising speed again. I think I'm going around that. Yeah, that was a little fast, David. And that was a brutal little bit of engine braking, but okay. So from a technical perspective, this 10-speed transmission is a bit of a compromise for this such a low-powered engine. You'll benefit from a 13 or a 15-speed, or maybe even an 18-speed. But we've got a 10-speed because that's how we're going to roll it today. I do get a chance to see how pretty the game looks at night with 1.49. See the Milky Way up ahead? That's very pretty. Hopefully it'll come through on YouTube. And my terrible driving certainly will. Oh, this road's busy.
Get ready to turn right.
Okay, well, I'll tell people where we're going. I guess this RV is going straight ahead.
Turn right.
And it can move off in second gear, but it's not really very happy with it. So my trick is to get it moving in first and then shift up to second. It's going through those gears quickly, but it really needs the short gearing just to get itself up to speed. Okay, almost 20. Back on the road, well, back on the main road. Tell it to get up to 60 with the cruise. I'm not going to push it to the governor in top gear. I don't think I need to right now, but let's just do a quick check on the time I've got. 8 hours and 15 and 11 hours to get to my destination. So we've actually lost about an hour. So that is going to become more of a concern going forward. Why is traffic slowing down up here? Turn the display off. Yeah, I'm still catching up with traffic, and I'm only doing 40, which is about the minimum speed that you want to try and drive along in top gear. 1200 RPM, just 40 miles an hour. So anything above this speed, you need to be, or you can be in top gear for a tenth. I'm still catching up with this traffic ahead of us. Looks like it's a hill as well, and it looks like it. It may not be. I think I'm losing speed. Yes, I am. Okay, downshifting. Shifted down to 1300 revs with a bit of change, and it's doing it. Okay. So yeah, not much in terms of power, not much in terms of torque. We're compensating by having short gearing, but our major compromise here is top speed. We have another compromise, and that is efficiency or fuel consumption. So the game model, just like real life in some respects, the higher your engine speed, the more fuel that you burn. There's a very broad brush approach to saying, let's get off the central line. But the main reason is friction. So if your engine's turning over at 1000 RPM, its friction is whatever its friction is. Let's just say 1. But then I believe friction rises in proportion to the square of the change in velocity. So assuming that your engine's turning over at 1100 RPM, the square of 1.1 is 1.21, so 20% more friction. You know, my maths may be completely out there, so if you know different, let me know in the comments below. Yeah, there's a good chance that my physics is wrong. I know that air resistance is proportional to the square of the increase in speed or velocity. So I have every reason to believe that the same would be for engines, but I may be wrong. And of course, not everything is going to be equal. But the faster your engine's turning over, everything that moves has is moving over quicker and has a proportionally increase in friction. Well, looks like we've got some traffic up ahead. I guess it's construction work. This is really not helping the time it's going to take me to cover cross country. There's nothing I can do about this. It's not like I can really skip out. And I think I'm pointing up a hill, so we'll use the e-brake. Put it in neutral, let's take a look. Yep, definitely traffic lights. I have something behind me. Oh, I do. Okay. Well, there's really not much I can do about this. This is just going to eat away into my time, and the sort of 15-20 minutes spent here is just going to probably result in me being late, or maybe even over my shift. We'll see. So, rumors I saw today that SCS may be doing some kind of winter weather for the Christmas season. I wonder if everyone heard me take a drink there. Let's get back on the move. Start it rolling, short shift to second, and then back on the power. Yeah, so look at the distance that the trucks ahead of me are putting on. I may not even make it through this green light. I hope so. There's really... And I ended up basically stopping a little short of those lights. Now, yes, granted, we like short on this channel, don't get me wrong, but I could have really done without getting stopped again. Well, Unfortunately, there's really nothing I can do if I don't want to get a ticket, that is. And I don't want to get a ticket. Where's all this traffic coming from at 2:30 in the morning? Oh my gosh, hey, could you go any slower? Am I dazzling you? Is that what the problem is? Well, maybe it was. Alright, let's put it in first. And get ready to go. What is that? Oh, I see, it's like work lights. And there's a red light here, so does that mean that the light's red for traffic coming the other way? Am I just waiting for the predetermined amount of time for it to, yeah, where it was? It's clear. Alright, short shift from first, and we're off. So it's pretty happy to rev. Wow, it's banging off the governor very, very effectively, but it's just not going very fast. Imagine this with a heavier cargo. I don't want to imagine this with a heavy cargo. I think even with the short gearing, it would struggle with some of the, you know, even the 65,000 pound loads, the 70,000 pound loads, let alone the 119,000 pound farm logging equipment stuff. That would not be fun. So yeah, rumours about SCS might be working on some form of winter weather. I saw that in a YouTube video from AP Gaming. Now, I don't know whether this is true or not. I know that there's been some evidence that the SCS are working on this. There's been screenshots that show like a hut. It looked like out of the rear window of a truck, and it was snowing. I know SCS have said it would take a lot of work to winterize the map. I don't know how much work Grimes puts into his Frosty Winter mod. I dare say he puts an awful lot of work in. But I do not believe that Grimes has the same level of resources available at SCS. Now, I'm not saying that Grimes' Frosty Winter mod is perfect. By his own admission, he says that sometimes the textures show the underlying map color. I don't really see that as a big deal. I think it looks absolutely great. But maybe if this mod is only 90% of the way there, but one or two people have done this, seemingly in their spare time, well, dang, Grimes. Maybe you need to work for SCS. But again, there's almost certainly an easy way to do it, and a correct way to do it. And that's something that's true of, I brake far too much too early. I gotta move off again. Then I have to stop at a stop sign and move off. Hashtag I'm whining about driving a truck. Okay, let's try that again. Alright. Let's see. No traffic. And we're moving off in second, but it's more or less doing it. Okay. It wasn't the happiest about doing it, but it did it. Okay, I'm gonna go through these gears as quickly as I can, because I really don't want to hold up traffic. So I'm on full power. All 280 horses are just stampeding away under the hood. Except they're not stampeding. Tap resume on the cruise. Get this to that point and back up to speed. We're at 7 building material. That's a new one. I've not seen that sign before. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave it in 9th because we're going up a bit of a gradient and we might start to bleed speed. Yep, we are. I just feel like I'm sort of thrashing this engine to try and get the thing to the destination on time, and that's probably what I'm doing. Although this looks like downhill section. I'm going to kill the cruise, let's kill the power. Let's let it coast. We've got a roundabout we're coming up to. We like roundabouts. Let's just shift down. Straight over the roundabout. Well, no, I say straight over. We actually want to avoid that big bump in the middle. But let's take the left lane. Let's try and keep it under the speed limit. There we go. I'm going to want to downshift at least 1 or 2 and probably 3 gears. Let's go ahead and start downshift. It's down 1. Down 2. right back in my power. Where's this truck going? I think he may have run into me. I just saw him repairing my mirror at the back, and we'll just use every lane because it's too difficult not to. Yeah, I think something hit me, and that was completely on me. So that's how you don't tackle a roundabout. I ended up using 2 lanes. There was a truck next to me, although trucks and cars in the SCS games really struggle with roundabouts. And it's a huge issue in Europe because we Brits and the Europeans, we love roundabouts. Nothing to do that weekend, build a roundabout. Want to have 2 motorways interchange, build a huge roundabout. Is the roundabout getting too heavy? Or put some traffic lights on it, so you end up with both. But it works. Seen some videos with City Skylines 2, I believe, is the current version, where they've been experimenting with the traffic, how much traffic and how is traffic flow modeled. And roundabouts do speed up progress. Alright, so here we are doing 55 at 1650 RPM, give or take. It feels a little buzzy. There's a lot going on under the bonnet. I'm going to tap it up to 70, 60 even. It's not make a difference. We're going up a hill. The sun is just about coming up. Look at my rearview mirror. My door mirror, I should say. Yeah. It's losing speed, but I want to keep it in top. And keep it rolling, reduce speed ahead. Okay, well that's fine. I was going to say it was 65. Hopefully it's not much lower than sort of 50 because I'm really going to struggle to keep. If I ever start changing gear, I'm really going to struggle with this. I'm going to need the downshift, I think, at least once. Oh, I might be lucky. Reduce speed ahead though, so I bet it's 40 or 45. It's 45. Drop it to 40 because I think we're about to go down a hill. I'm going to left turn up ahead. Okay, let's get in the left lane nice and early. Kill the cruise control. Oh, I know where we are. Yeah, we're actually short stop here, short stint even. When we turn left, there's a railroad, it's called. So I've got a railway line to cross. It might even be 2 railway lines. I think it's 2. I don't need fuel. I don't need rest. So I'll not be pulling over and stopping, but I can get everything fixed if I need to. Got to clean that windshield. I don't need to right now. Everything seems to be tickety-boo under the bonnet.
Keep left, then turn left.
My wheels are still round. That's good. Time we're not braking quite so savagely as we come up to the stop, and I'm not even changing down. Okay, put myself in 4th, put myself in 1st, and there we go. So there's the railroad crossing. With my luck so far, I'm going to end up getting a train arriving, but we'll hope that we won't. Let's see, 5 hours 40 to go in the drive and 7.5 hours. So I've lost a little bit of time. I'm going to be able to do 60, 63 on the interstate, but no quicker. Should be able to get there in time, but this is going to be pretty close. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do, with the magic of YouTube, I'm going to end up accelerate time through this next stint because there's not going to be that much to see. Cruising along the interstate or barreling along as fast as I can. So I'll be right back, and maybe we'll even put some funky music onto this. Back in a jiffy. And welcome back. Well, that wasn't quite as uninteresting a trip as I thought it would be, because as I was approaching Phoenix, I had to divert, and I've done those diversions before. The nav will loop you back on itself. Sometimes the carriageway is broken at the entry and exit of a pretty large interchange. I may have got my American terminology completely wrong there, but what I'm basically saying is I travel some distance out of my way, I then come back on myself, and I still can't get on the road that I need. So I diverted west to one of those big grids in Phoenix, and then diverted south, and then took a longer route, to be fair, but it was okay. Now meanwhile, there is a kitten, a kitty cat, desperately meowing at the door to the room, because he hasn't been fed for at least 3 weeks. So you may hear some incredibly dramatic sounding kitten noises. I promise you, he's not abused. He is very well loved. He's completely spoiled, I'm sure, and he just doesn't let the door shut. If you have cats, you know what that means. As for me, as for my driver, well, he's getting tired. That's okay. 20 minutes out from my destination right now. What's my mileage at? 5.5, 5.6, it reckons. So average speed for this trip so far has been 41 miles an hour used on this tank. And yeah, I think that the Caterpillar has done okay. It does have restricted top speed thanks to gearing, but with only 280 rated horsepower, I'm not able to go that quickly anyway. And like we're doing now, we end up going up hills as best we can. We lose a lot of speed, but as the torque increases towards, as you get reduced down the rev range, it has a passable attempt at keeping itself going, and that's good. So right now I'm going to kill the cruise control, and we watch that speed bleed off as we climb this little exit ramp. Actually, I'm going to use the engine brake. We need to kill some speed anyway.
Turn right.
Then we're going to stop and then worry about changing gear. Whoa, that was not the smoothest of stops. Oh well, okay. I basically hurried that. What I don't want to do is hurry anything in a big rig. Which is good, because accelerating is not really a hurry. Well, this should be a fairly easy drop then, because it's right off the highway. Okay. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed today's trip. The weather has been beautiful. I'm very happy to see that. The scenery has been good. The truck has performed surprisingly well. Fuel consumption wise, I don't think it will have done great, but I think an engine designed many years ago, when fuel prices were a little lower, quite a lot lower depending on your perspective, I don't think 5.5 to 6 miles per gallon, I'm not too unhappy with that, so I wouldn't be. If I wanted much better mileage, I would be using an MX-13, I should think. I certainly have been using that recently. I think I'm going to miss everything here. We don't get... I mean, I can only just see the bridge. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, no, we don't want to be doing that. Okay, let's back it up. Well, I thought it would be an easy trip, but I guess not. An easy drop. I think I was wrong. How am I going to fix this? I guess I got to get closer to the wall. Okay, I can do that. Try and get the trailer closer to being parallel against the wall here. That's it. It's a little better. And then I'll straighten the truck up, and we'll head deeper into the yard before we start to turn in. Okay. Alright, let's try that again, shall we? So we'll a bit more over to the left. So we'll select second gear. And then give it full lock. This is what I should have done just to start off with. I got very complacent. All I've pretty much done is, apart from a small diversion through Phoenix, is I've driven on the interstate since I did much talking last time. Right, that should hopefully be... Yes, that's definitely better. Okay, good. Let's go for third. Then my drop off. That's right. Do I have to turn it around? No, I think I'm good. I think I just have to get it more or less lined up. Okay, that is good. That makes life a little easier. I probably should have turned on my hazards. And I open the window just to help me a little bit with spatial orientation. Certainly something I do in real life. Yeah, I'm going to be close enough, I think, as opposed to spot on. But that's okay. You know, I may actually pull forward and then reverse back into the spot. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Because it's kind of embarrassing that I missed it, for one. And I'd love to say how hard can it be, but with American Truck Simulator and my parking, the answer is it's almost always harder than you think it should be. Okay, so let's give it a little bit of left hand down. It's got things straightened up, more or less. Okay, I think I'm going to inch it backwards as I'm only in, I guess, reverse low. Give me finer control of speed. I don't know if this is a 2-speed reverse or not. I'm sort of too far over to the right of my spot. Okay, straighten that up a little bit. That's it. There we go. Okay, so it's saying that that is acceptable. I'll just straighten it up a little bit. Okay, I reckon that's good enough. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and kill the engine here. Stretch at my seat. Still go ahead and disconnect the cargo, and we'll see how well we did. But yeah, I hope you had a good video. I hope you enjoyed the experience. You only got to see basically day 2 of the trip. I did start this yesterday. So yeah, almost 900 miles. And I used 177 gallons of fuel. So actually that's pretty much 5 miles per gallon as opposed to 6. So that's a little lower than I would have hoped for. It's almost certainly in keeping with what you got at the time. Well, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.